Step into a world where rustic meets refined, where every corner whispers charm and every detail tells a story. In today's video, we're transporting you from the stylish streets of Paris to the sun-kissed fields of Provence. Get ready to infuse your home with elegant, DIY touches inspired by the French countryside and urban sophistication. What makes French home decor so captivating is its effortless blend of beauty and practicality. Rustic beams coexist with antique chandeliers, and time-worn textures are offset by luxurious details. This harmony is what you'll be channeling in your DIY projects, creating a home that feels both timeless and inviting. Start your transformation by choosing the right color palette. Soft creams, dusty rose, weathered blues, and sun-washed grays evoke the French countryside. Use these hues on walls, linens, and even painted furniture for that unmistakable air of Provence in your own home. In Parisian interiors, minimalism meets indulgence. Think ornate mirrors above simple fireplaces, and elegant lines in a mostly neutral space. Incorporate a few carefully chosen decorative pieces like a gilded frame or vintage bust to instantly elevate your rustic decor. French homes often include pieces passed down through generations. Recreate this by repurposing old furniture. Turn an outdated dresser into a chic console by whitewashing the wood, replacing the knobs with antique brass, and distressing the finish for that time-worn authenticity. Achieve the elegance of a Parisian apartment with a faux antique mirror. Apply a vinegar solution to remove some of the reflective backing and give the surface an aged appearance. Frame it with a Baroque-style trim painted in gold or matte black for a touch of opulence. The heart of a French country home is its kitchen. Think open shelving, ceramic pitchers, and baskets filled with herbs. Display essentials like wooden spoons and vintage crocks. Add DIY linen curtains to hide lower cabinets and hang copper pots for a rustic, utilitarian charm. Bring the fragrant fields of Provence to your windowsill by planting an indoor herb garden. Use terracotta pots, wrap them in twine or burlap, and label them in French: Thym, Lavender, Romarin. It's a simple DIY that's as beautiful as it is practical. French homes love natural fabrics, especially linen. Sew your own throw pillows or table runners using washed linen in muted tones. Don't worry about perfection, wrinkled linen only adds to the rustic authenticity and relaxed luxury of French decor. A quintessential element of French decorating is the art of the brocante, or flea market treasure hunt. Upcycle old picture frames, candlesticks, or armoires. You can easily distress a thrifted item with sandpaper and chalk paint to mimic centuries-old charm. Gilding wax or gold leaf can add a luxurious touch to everyday items. Try it on picture frames, drawer pulls, or furniture edges. A little gold goes a long way in turning something ordinary into something that feels straight out of a Paris apartment. Create your own French-style ceramics by painting simple white dishes with blue floral or toile motifs. Seal with a food-safe varnish or use as decor pieces. These plates look lovely on display or hung as a feature wall in the dining area. Cane chairs are a staple of French interiors. Find one at a thrift store and refresh it with a coat of white or pastel chalk paint. Add a floral or toile cushion for extra comfort and visual appeal, perfect for a reading nook or breakfast area. Ticking stripe fabric is synonymous with French farmhouse style. Use it to recover dining chairs, make café curtains, or sew accent pillows. Its timeless design adds structure and subtle pattern, grounding your rustic space in French tradition. Mimic the textured stone of Provence with faux wall panels or textured paint. Apply a sand-based compound to create an aged, stone-like surface. Use earth tones for an authentic feel. This is perfect for a hallway or fireplace backdrop. Set your table like a French hostess with simple touches: white dishes, linen napkins, and cut flowers in glass bottles. Try DIY place cards on torn parchment paper, and add lavender sprigs or olive branches for organic charm. Lavender is the soul of Provence. Make sachets using linen or cotton remnants filled with dried lavender. Place them in drawers, hang them in closets, or offer them as charming handmade gifts. The scent is calming and distinctly French. DIY wall sconces are easier than they sound. Use old candle holders or small lanterns, mount them on distressed wooden plaques, and add battery-operated lights for a safe, soft glow. They evoke the romance of a French chateau. Can't replace your doors with authentic French ones? Try DIY window decals or moldings to mimic the multi-pane style. Paint your existing doors white and add brass hardware for a classic French finish. Design a quiet space that reflects the Parisian love for conversation. A vintage armchair, marble-topped side table, and a DIY gallery wall with black and white prints can turn a small corner into an elegant, intellectual retreat. Wrought iron is a hallmark of French decor. Use wrought iron brackets for shelving or a salvaged gate as a headboard. Even a DIY coat rack made from iron hooks and reclaimed wood adds that old-world, provincial touch. French homes often use light, sheer curtains to let in natural light. Sew your own from voile or muslin fabric and use café rods for an authentic look. Tie them back with twine or vintage ribbon for added softness and charm. Create the elegance of a Parisian apartment with a DIY faux fireplace. Use MDF or salvaged wood to construct a simple surround, then distress it with chalk paint. Top with candles, books, and a vintage mirror for a stunning focal point. Bring the outside in with small topiaries, olive trees, or potted lavender. Place them in weathered urns or aged terracotta pots. Aged patinas add authenticity. Simply paint a new pot with lime wash and let it wear naturally. Add handwritten French quotes to wooden signs or picture frames. Use a stencil or try your hand at brush calligraphy. Phrases like maison de rêve or joie de vivre bring poetic warmth to your walls and shelves. Even a small bathroom can feel like a French retreat. Add a vintage mirror, a small chandelier, and glass jars with bath salts or soaps. Create DIY art from old perfume labels or antique botanical prints to hang on the walls. Upcycle old glass bottles and decanters to hold essential oils or custom potpourri. Wrap them in lace, label them in French, and place them on a vanity or open shelf. These little touches capture the essence of Parisian beauty and refinement. With a little creativity and a love for beauty, your home can speak the quiet, elegant language of French design. From rustic textures to Parisian glamour, every DIY project you complete brings you one step closer to that magical blend of charm, warmth, and effortless sophistication. Merci et à bientôt.